Dude, we hardly even touched on induction performance. Like, what are you talking about? We're an hour and 40 in, and we didn't even talk about your shop
Yeah.
that you opened when you were 12 years old.
Some truth to that.
Yeah, I think you were doing it before, like, you were even out of middle school.
Dude, I could tell you some stories. So, I think I was in, like, 7th or 8th grade, and I literally, like, at school, printed a wholesale application to be able to buy parts from like a distributor. And then like on the weekend, I would take it to my dad's shop and be like, Dad, what's a tax ID?
Yeah.
And like get all the info from him, whatever. And then go back to school on Monday and like send it over however, I don't even know. But anyways, like I was opening wholesale accounts when I was in like 7th and 8th grade.
And your dad had like a oil change tire shop type of deal?
So my dad had, New York's a little different. So he had a gas station that had a shop, and it was general repair. But my dad had a Supra, like it was like a mirror image of his car that he has now.
Like a Mark III.
Yeah, so he had an '89 Supra, and he did some street racing in Mexico back then. And it was very simple. Like if you went to the street races and somebody was fast, you wanted to know why they were fast, what they were doing. And he was doing most of it himself, him and my uncle.
Yeah.
So it naturally turned into, it was a general repair shop full of Supras. We would do both. And I just couldn't get enough of it, man.
Like fast performance cars was just it.
Yeah, couldn't get enough of it. Dude, I would literally like, when we would have like computer time in school, I would be like trying to research, like, so back then, this is before your time, but we would have
What are we talking, like 2004, 2002, fresh off Fast and Furious.
Yeah. So like you would have
RBs were all the rage.
Nah, not in the Northeast. It was 2Js.
Well, it was like Fast and Furious was showcasing the.
Yeah. Well, the original Fast and Furious was all 2J.
Oh, I thought he had the silver. No,
that's
R34 in that.
That's Too Fast, Too Furious, maybe the second one or something.
Yeah.
I remember the movie theater I went to. Like I remember seeing the first Fast and Furious movie. Me and my dad, it was so cool. But I would Google and try to learn, like, at the time it was like electronic boost controllers. Like everybody had an electronic boost controller on their car.
Yeah.
So I would learn how to use them. So like the Greddy one had to be set up this way. Yeah. And the HKS had like 3 of them, and they would like, this is how you set up this one and how you set up that one.
Be like these Japanese companies.
Yeah, and like I would use like translators and like just dive into trying to figure out like how does the AFC work and how does the HKS VPC work, and like people would come, they thought it was funny. They'd come to my dad's shop and be like, Vic, what does VPC stand for? And I could rattle it off and tell them and like explain to them what it does and how it works. And I was just a nerd about it. And yeah, I mean, I've pretty much been doing this forever.
So were you Racer X that they talk about?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, he was from the Northeast. I think they were talking about that guy in the they did like a documentary on like the original Fast and Furious where they went into New York City, I guess, and found someone.
I don't know the details of that story, but it's Ralphie from DRT, which DRT was a thing back then. Like that was a shop that we knew of, and they were one of the first ones in New York to have a dyno jet. And like, you know, I don't know what their real involvement was with the Fast and Furious thing, but yeah, like, and that guy still races. They bought a head gasket from us at World Cup finals, and we're trying to fix the 2J. So.
I think their involvement was the writer saw it and was like, "Oh, this is like a tuner shop."
Yeah,
this
I
is
think
like
it was
what
like something like that.
tuning
Yeah, like
is.
one of the writers or somebody who like helped create the movie, like picked their brains kind of, and like tried to like just like get some ideas from them kind of thing. And like maybe they took him to the street races or something like that.
I think it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
He kind of got like the vibe of it from that.
Yeah.
Have you ever the guy that did all the cars in that actually has some really interesting videos? Like, cause
I follow him on Instagram.
He's really
What's
cool.
his name?
It's escaping me.
Guy's the GOAT.
But he had to like fight them. They were like, "What do you mean we're not gonna have like a freaking Prius in it?"
Yeah,
he's you can't have a Prius in it.
Yeah.
Like he had to like do stuff like that to the studio.
So crazy that movie had the influence that it did.
Yeah.
And now it's a movie about nothing.
Once you start making money, you have to appeal to a broader audience, and
we did an event. We did an event for Induction Performance. We rented a theater and we gave all of our customers tickets to go see the last Fast and Furious. I would have got up and left if I wasn't in there with 70 of our customers and friends. It was terrible.
But a lot of your customers probably brought their kids, so maybe that helps.
Dude, it was terrible.
I didn't see it.
Don't see it.
I wasn't at the event, clearly, because I didn't see it.
It was terrible. Yeah, you're too cool for us sometimes.
Well, you guys are pretty far in my defense.
No, yeah, it's true.
For a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah.
I'll go up there if you got a dyno day or something cool.
We might get back to doing those at some point. We used to do them all the time, and they were a lot of fun. You know what we're doing now? It's cool. Is
track days.
Yeah, track days.
A lot cooler than a dyno day.
Building cars to race at these events. Which is just, there's just so much going on. When do you do all this?
Yeah.